Hello and welcome everybody to Ridgeway, Virginia, home of the Martinsville Speedway, where today we'll kick off the Sota Motion Cup Series season at a track that needs no introduction. The long wait is finally over, and drivers and race fans alike are eager to see what's under the hood as they get set to do battle for 15 laps around this half-mile short track. We'll see plenty of beaten fenders and bump and runs, but only one will call themselves a winner. Let's take a look at just a few of these 29 drivers ahead of today's race. Brad Keselowski scored the pole today. His car has been fast all weekend, and he's hoping to set the pace early in that number 2 Ford Mustang. Kyle Busch, he's one of the best short track drivers in the field. He starts from this 5th spot, but you can expect to see him up front by the end of this race. And here's two drivers who were hoping for better qualifying efforts, Kyle Larson and Martin Truex. Both were fast in practice, so we'll see how they fare in the race. They start just outside the top 10. And now we'll take a look at your starting lineup. In row 15, it's Corey LaJoie by himself in the 7 car. In row 14, it's Cole Custer in the 41 and Justin Haley in the 77. Then it's Daniel Suarez and BJ McLeod in the 78. Ahead of them, it's Michael McDowell and Chris Buescher. In row 11, we see Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon. In row 10, it's teammates Eric Almirola and Chase Briscoe. In row 9, it's the 24 of William Byron and Eric Jones in the 43. Then it's Tyler Reddick and Ryan Blaney. In row 7, it's Bubba Wallace and Kurt Busch in the 1. Row 6, it's Kyle Larson and Martin Truex Jr. And now for your top 10. In the 42, it's Ross Chastain. To his outside, it's Joey Logano in the 22. Row 4, it's Chase Elliott in the 9 car and Christopher Bell in the 20. Row 3 is Kyle Busch in the 5th spot and Matt DiBenedetto in 6. Row 2 is Kevin Harvick in the 4 car and Denny Hamlin in the 11 Toyota. And on the front row, it's Brad Keselowski who scored the pole and Alex Bowman starting to his outside in 2nd. And now let's send it down trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Same deal, any new brakes to that point.
The anticipation continues to build as we're just moments away from the start of the Sota Motion Cup Series Race 1 here at Martinsville. The pace car is going to lead him out of the corner, and let's take a look at some race info. We have 15 laps around this half-mile paperclip, 29 cars for today's race, and it's the first Sota Motion Cup Series race of the season. And you can hear the roar of 60,000 strong here in Ridgeway, Virginia. The pace car will make its way to the garage. Brad Keselowski will start from the inside lane on this start. Alex Bowman moves outside. The fans are ready, and so are we. Let's get the season underway. We're green here at Martinsville. Down into turn 1, it's a good start for Brad Keselowski on that inside lane. That will be the preferred line all day long. He clears Alex Bowman for the lead. And now the top 2 are single file as they head into turns 3 and 4. Track position will be crucial all day long, and you see Denny Hamlin not happy to be on that outside lane right now, but he can hopefully find a spot very soon as Kevin Harvick makes a move to the inside of Bowman. Bowman gets sent up the track, and Kevin Harvick works his way into the 2nd place position. Now Bowman is on that undesired outside lane as Harvick now making a move on Keselowski, but Keselowski shuts the door on him. He stays second as there's contact back in turns 3. Chastain taking advantage with a 2-for-1 pass on Elliott and Bell for 7th place. Keselowski continues to lead the way over Harvick, Hamlin, Bowman, and Busch as your top 5. Brad seems to be happy with his car right now. That car has been fast all weekend long, so he's hoping for a good day here. As now Kyle Busch dives underneath Alex Bowman for the 4th place spot. That 48 team doesn't seem to have carried their qualifying speed into their race, as Alex Bowman has now dropped 3 spots since the start of the race. Kyle Busch now moves into the 4th place position. Down the back, Kevin Harvick still maintaining a gap to Keselowski, but he has a long run car today, he says, and he's going to be patient as he, well, never mind, because Brad Keselowski is going to lock up the brakes. Here comes Kevin Harvick to the lead. Hamlin's underneath Keselowski as well, and for the first time today, we have a lead change. Kevin Harvick leads lap 4. The Busch Lightmobile now in control of this race. He's hoping this thing can go green so he can build a gap to Hamlin and Keselowski as they fight for 2nd behind him. Haven't spoke much about that 11 car. He sits 2nd. Denny Hamlin's had great success here in Martinsville, so he's hoping he can chase down that 4 car here as out of turn 4. Oh, we got a crash in turn 3. Tyler Reddick hard into the wall. And the yellow flag flies here on lap 6 for the first time today. And we'll have to see a replay, but he seemed to be the only car involved in this first caution. And this is down the backstretch. Watch that 8 car in the middle of your screen. He's going to make a move under Bubba Wallace, and he makes contact with the 23 car. Not sure if there was some miscommunication on the radio there for Bubba Wallace, but yeah, here's a look in slow motion. I mean, Reddick had the lane on him, and Wallace came down. It looks like the 23 made a nice save, though, but unfortunate end to Tyler Reddick's day here at Martinsville. He'll head to the garage as the first car out of this race. As we now approach the choose cone. We mentioned earlier how track position will be crucial as Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin take the inside. Kyle Busch swings to the outside. He'll start on the front row alongside the 4 car of Harvick for this restart. And there's another great look at the crowd here. And some fans are treating themselves to a hot dog at the famous hot dog stand. So we're re-racked for the restart. Harvick on the front row alongside Kyle Busch, and we're green once more. And it's another good restart for that inside lane. Harvick's going to want to clear Kyle Busch as they exit turn 2 here, and he does. He clears the 18 as Denny Hamlin's got a nose under Kyle Busch. We'll see if he can make a move. But Kyle Busch will clear him as they head into turns 3 and 4, as the top 3 are now single file. Oh, you see Hamlin get real loose off of turn 4. He'll hang on to it, though, in the 3rd place position. As we take a look at Kevin Harvick, who's now led his 5th lap of the day. That 4 car looks to be strong as he grabbed the lead from Brad Keselowski early in the race, and he has not looked back since. Harvick, Busch, Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, and Ross Chastain, who just made a move under Alex Bowman, is your current top 5 as they run. We're now on lap 10. The leaders head into turn 1 as Kyle Busch puts the bumper to the back of the 4 car, and out of turn 2 they make contact. Kyle Busch gets up into Kevin Harvick. The 4 car still has the advantage. He'll try to make it stick on the outside, but here comes Kyle Busch. The second change for the lead of the day. It's going to be close, but it looks like Kyle Busch will lead this lap as we're now on lap 11 with 5 laps to go here. Oh, and we got 1 car slowing down the back. It's the 78 of BJ McLeod, and the caution flies for the 2nd time today. Up in smoke down the backstretch. We'll have to take a look at what happened here. This is off of turn 2. And oh man, looks like the engine just let go on him. This will most likely end the day for McLeod as he joins Reddick in the garage. That's a tough break for that small team. The leaders now approach the choose cone. Kyle Busch to the inside. Harvick was 2nd. He chose the outside lane, so he'll line up alongside Kyle Busch. We'll see how that works out for him on this restart as the pace car will make its way to the garage. It'll be 3 laps to go as the starter has the green flag in hand. Kyle Busch on the inside, Kevin Harvick on the outside, who spins the tires. Kyle Busch catches him sleeping in the restart zone, and that's going to stack up that outside. Kyle Busch with a better start, and they spin, they make contact. Brad Keselowski in the wall, Kevin Harvick involved, and the caution is back out for a 3rd time. The 4 car with heavy damage on the right side. Brad Keselowski started on pole. His day will not end as well as he had hoped. Let's take a look at what happened. It started back in the restart zone as Kevin Harvick spun the tires, and that led to the outside lane getting stacked up. It looked like Bowman might have made contact with Brad Keselowski. Let's take a look in slow motion. Watch the purple car on the outside lane. Yeah, right there. He upsets the rear of Keselowski, and they're so stacked up. The 2 car got into the back of the 4 car. Harvick ended up hitting the wall flush. And here's another look at live speed. And a great job by a lot of these guys behind them. Such a small track to make evasive maneuvers not get involved. So Keselowski heads to the garage. Kevin Harvick will continue with heavy damage. And now the choose cone for the final time today. Busch heads to the inside. His teammate Hamlin to the outside. Ross Chastain from 9th position today winds up 3rd on this final restart with 2 laps to go. See what he can do. And this crowd has got to see a great race here today, and what is shaping up to be an exciting finish to this first race of the season. It's going to be a Joe Gibbs front row, followed by Chastain and Alex Bowman, who started 2nd on that outside lane. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to decide the race. Better restart for that outside lane, but Kyle Busch still with the advantage on the inside. He'll try to clear his teammate Hamlin as they exit turn 2. Chastain on that inside has a great run. He might have a shot at Kyle Busch as they head into turn 3, and they make contact. Ross Chastain to the lead. Kyle Busch stuck on the outside. He'll try to hang on, though. Coming to the white flag, Ross Chastain with the advantage. As the Joe Gibbs Racing teammates fight for second, and a big move from Matt DiBenedetto. He makes it 3 wide. We haven't heard much from him all day, but this move looks to pay out as he moves into the second place spot. Kyle Busch hitting the wall on the outside, and Ross Chastain is loving every second of this as he begins to pull away with the lead ahead of Matt DiBenedetto and Denny Hamlin. Final time through turns 3 and 4 for the 42 car, and it's going to be Ross Chastain's day as he opens up the season with a win here at Martinsville. From 3rd to 1st on that final restart, let's take a look at just how he did it. On the back stretch with 2 to go, he had a great run off the corner. I don't know how he did it, but he made contact with Kyle Busch, and that was just a product of hard racing for a win there. Which ended up being just a bad restart all around for Kyle Busch. He dropped from 1st to 4th. And here's a look at Matt DiBenedetto's daring move under the Joe Gibbs Racing teammates for 2nd. I don't know how they held on to it, but it was all roses for Ross Chastain as he comes home with the win. No better way to open up the season than with a win here at Martinsville. Let's take a look at where the rest of the field stacked up. Matt DiBenedetto with a great run. He finishes 2nd here today. Denny Hamlin has a quiet day, but he was in the mix all day. He finds up 3rd. Kyle Busch with a poor restart. Not where he wanted to finish, but he led 6 laps and finished 4th. Alex Bowman hangs on to a top 5 finish. And I thought Martin Truex Jr. would have a better day today, but he gains 1 spot just outside the top 10, finishing in 11th. And a lot of these guys in the teens just kept it clean and did what they needed to do. Gained a few spots in the process. Can't be too mad about that kind of day. But not the day Kevin Harvick wanted at all, that's for sure. He finishes 22nd. Led 6 laps on the day. Definitely had a shot to win it. Just taken out on that restart along with Brad Keselowski, who started on pole. Led 3 laps, but finishes 5 laps down in 27th. And here's a look at the points. Shouldn't be too different after just 1 race. Ross Chastain leads the way with 46. Kyle Busch is over Denny Hamlin, though. He did lead some laps. That's the only difference there. As well as Kevin Harvick, who's 18th in points. Those laps led helped him with a few bonus points on the day. Still a long ways to go, but guys like Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, who had bad days, looking for a championship run, are going to need better results if they want to make a run at the title by season's end. Well, thank you all for tuning in here at Martinsville for the opening race of the season. Congratulations to Ross Chastain and all of his fans on the win. Hope you all are having a happy holidays. The next race will be at Auto Club Speedway in California. That should be coming in early 2025. No specific date yet. But other than that, I'm glad you all joined to watch this race here. And we'll see you next time here on Sota Motion.